I wonder, what Gundam game could I dust off for this one? Crossfire? Maybe try and get MS Sensen on the Wii working?
Puyo Puyo.
What?
Kido Ichiza Haro no Puyo Puyo is a 2005 Game Boy Advance game. It is very, very peak, the apex, the magnum opus of Gundam games, standing unmatched even today. Honestly, if they had Kido Ichiza Haro no Puyo Puyo in the slave era, it probably wouldn't have been that bad. You say Jim Crow, I say Jim Puyo.
Alright, Haro no Puyo Puyo it is. Now, Gundam is no stranger to licensed puzzle games, with titles like Power Formation Puzzle on the Super Famicom, or the PSP quiz game Gundam Toy Senshi Deluxe. Even a couple of DS games that are just reskinned Mahjong. Overall though, probably the most approachable game of the bunch would be the Kido Ichiza Haro no Puyo Puyo. As the name implies, this is a licensed reskin of Sega's classic Puyo Puyo series, and with a deceptively simple premise too. You have your board, the opponent has one as well, and like in Tetris, if your board fills up, you get banished to the Shadow Realm. Although you do get a 1-tile large buffer zone beyond the upper rim area. At the same time, the spot marked with the red X must be kept empty at all times. In terms of the main gameplay loop, this basically plays like a more flexible Dr. Mario. As the game plays out, Haro-shaped pieces, composed of 2 Haros, will start to drop and you have to match up to 4 or more adjacent Puyos, or in this case Haros, of the same color, in order to clear out your board and increase your score. You can freely move and rotate these pieces, and just like with newer Tetris games, there's a bit of leniency with the pieces locking in about a split second after you've stopped rotating them. If you manage to cause a chain reaction of Haros, when one piece merger causes another one to happen, you get more points. These pieces come in a combination of 5 colors: green, blue, purple, yellow, and orange, which will keep falling until they hit something, and if only one half of the piece has nowhere to fall anymore, the piece simply splits in half. On top of that, every successful merger of the pieces will produce a block of trash, which will be cued to fall onto the opponent's board, and a well-executed chain reaction will just chuck a huge wall of these trash pieces, providing your opponent with quite the headache, since the only way to wipe trash pieces out is by successfully merging pieces, a thing that's made increasingly difficult as more trash pieces dropped onto their board. The opponent can do so as well, and successfully performing merges also lets you decrease the tier of the incoming trash pieces. In short, the goal here is to basically outlive the opponent by flooding the enemy board with pieces while scoring points and repeatedly clearing your own. If you're playing the endless mode, which is the third option from the top in the main menu, you will only have to worry about your own board, with waves of trash pieces being periodically queued in. The game itself is very customizable, allowing you to not only pick your character every time you play it, but also adjust the difficulty. In the Options tab, which is at the bottom of the menu, you can set all sorts of nifty things, from disabling the ability to counter queued-in garbage pieces, also known as offset, in case you miss dying to a 5-chain, limit the amount of piece colors, and even set a minimum combo cap for trash pieces to appear, for when the opponent keeps spamming garbage pieces one at a time. Music and sound effects can be turned on and off. High scores can be reset, and provided you've played through a character interaction, which happens before each stage to establish why they have a beef with one another, you can replay it here. More interestingly though, you can fully customize as well as preview voice lines for each of the characters, and you unlock more of them each time you beat the main mode. After beating it once, you can also obtain the Giranzabi boss character, and a secret boss, which is a literal vase, will too become playable. You just need to beat the main mode without continues, then beat the vase boss, which unlocks it both in multiplayer and in endless mode. Personally, I'm more of a Tetris kinda guy, but this game is certainly a solid Puyo Puyo entry. Featuring a fully voiced character cast, 16-bit covers of classic Gundam tracks, decent customization options, fun gameplay loop, and the sickest rendition of Shargakuru I've heard up to this date. Case in point. But yeah, thanks for watching this one. Thanks to Kinsey for humoring the intro gag idea, and if Puyo Puyo is your jam, why not try the Haro flavor? Until next time, this has been the Shirt Lad, signing out.